I believe something that when you become a star, especially in our world and especially in Ghana, most of them, they live what I call the TV or the stardom. But personally, most of them are suffering and they are dying silently. Nobody's, recognizing whatever they are going through. Number one, when you're a star and you're going through issues like, the way we supported Reverend Seth Frimpong, everybody knows you're a star and people don't even feel your pain. They feel, at times, they feel lonely, but it's because they are being celebrated. People, most of the times, they don't see it. Most of them they go on set and they act their movies. They feel happy, excited. They come home and they cannot sleep. What is very important is these stars, they need our prayers. They need our support more than any other person because they are helping to promote Ghana to other nations through their movies and whatever they do. A lot of people are able to recognize Ghana culture and other things. But it's rather unfortunate our country, we don't support them. We just clap for them and we don't give them. But I believe that God is raising new generals, pastors like us, my brothers, and other few pastors who can really see beyond the physical and go beyond the physical to really see most of them their pain. And you ask yourself, why is that especially Ghana and especially in African stars, most of them, when they finish their assignment or they get to their peak, most of the times, either they die mysteriously or they lose their wealth, or they lose their husband or their marriages, or there's always tragedy. And I believe that we are trying to come to a point that God will use us as men of God, not to just overlook them. I believe that they're also doing what the assignment God has given them. So we need to help them, support them, and I will also use this medium to really talk about what is happening in the industry, that every star rise up and later their end become bad. It's not at times they don't plan. Some of them, will make mistakes as any ordinary person will make a mistake. But most of the times it's beyond them. There's something. I believe that how can a star become black? That is really a question I've been asking myself. So I always tell those stars who are in my church, I always tell them that, what? You must always pray that I will be a star in Ghana, but I don't want to have a black star. I want to shine in the sky, white. Every star is white. So I will live in Ghana. I was born in Ghana, but I will shine my shine. But I will not be a black star.
A lot of them, some people argue that they have, spirit, because you spoke about the spiritual aspect. I want to, put this to you. They said we have people, spirits in the industry who try to bring them down. Some of them go to juju and all of that, and all of these things come together, and so it doesn't make the industry grow. Do you agree that some of them got told the right lane, they decide to go through other means, and so the rise, eventually what you're expecting is that they fall at the end of the day because they didn't use the right medium. But do you think it could be a factor?
I agree to the point that whatever a man soweth, you reap it. So if you sow something bad, you reap at the end bad. But most of them too are genuinely, they pray, they do everything, but still they are struggling. I believe that in every area of your life, not only in the celebrity status, but also in every area of your life, every work you do, there's always challenges, because victory is always in fighting. The greater you fight, the greater your flight in life. That's what I believe. So every area, whether a pastor, whether a carpenter, whoever, there's always a time that you'll be battling with issues. But I believe that the end, you must get good results. But as to these entertainers, especially the celebrities, is a very, very, it's becoming too much. Some of them lose their legs, some of them lose their, it's really, and we need to have an end to it. Some of them enter into the industry, they are married, and now they get into divorce. They try everything to work it out. I'm talking to those who are genuinely praying trying their best, they are genuine. I'm not talking about those who go to Malam and ritual. That is their own issues. But I'm talking to those who are trying, but still something is really pushing them. We need to get this thing done. But I believe that prayer, answers all things. And I believe that also the reason why most of the times they also go through is lack of, planning. Most of them, because they are being celebrated, they forget to do investment and other things. In case of emergency, you can rely upon that. It will come to a time nobody will come to you again. So if you're able to plan your life well, God will also support you.
And do you also agree that some of them live above their means because a lot is expected of them? We're expecting that when you're a celebrity, you should be driving a big car, you should be doing, traveling around the world, when in fact you're not there yet.
Exactly.
Do you agree that because of these expectations, they tend to fall at a point?
Yes, please. It's 100%. Most of them live what I call fake life. They always pretend as if they are billionaires, but they are not billionaires. And so they are not able to save and plan their own life. And I believe that it has come to a point in Ghana and in our industry from now that we need to really be of ourselves. I was preaching about it even today, that life is not to compete, but life is to complete. You don't have any competition with anyone. Why should you compete with each other in fashion, in dressing? And so doing, most of them, they lose their marriages, they lose their blessings. So I will urge all those upcoming stars and those already stars that you need to live your life. God knows you. He has given you a gift. Just do it. Be of yourself. Don't compete, because life is to complete, it's not to compete. And also, I want to use this to also let most of them too are not stars. They have forced themselves to be stars. They are struggling to let people accept them. I was teaching them in the first service today, in our first service, about the difference between job and work. When God created man, the male man, God placed man in the garden. The meaning of the Garden of Eden is the presence of God. So, number one, when God placed man in the garden, the second thing God gave to man is to work. There's the difference between job and work. Job is connecting to your skills. You went to school to study carpentry, to study law, doctrine. That is the skill. But God wants us to work, not to go into our jobs. Job is when you wake up in the morning and you're going to work on Monday and you feel depressed. You have a job, but you are not happy. You are not fulfilled. But work is the gift that God has given you. So Jesus came to the world and he was always saying, I must fulfill my assignment, my work, what God gave me, the work God gave me. He was always referring to work. So work is your gift, but job is the skills you acquire, you learn. So most of them, I would say that they are in the industry and they are playing their role as job. They are not really working. They are not exhibiting their gift. When it's your gift, you don't struggle to let people laugh. Like when you're in the, maybe you are a comedian, or if you're a singer, you don't, the little thing, you come and everybody likes you. But if you just copied someone, you always have to impress. I must dress nice. I must do this. I must do that. So, in brief, I want everybody who is watching me, those want to upcoming stars and those already stars, if it is not your work, then ask God, why did you create me? Where is my gift? If you're able to identify your gift, that will be your work, and you'll be fulfilled.